In this video, we're going to demonstrate the new Mark Versus tool. This tool is intended to be used by people who are recording audio that they would like to import into Paratext with verse markup. If you don't see the Mark Versus tool in your workflow, then you can go back to the workflow settings and click the Add button. It'll add a step to the bottom. You can select Mark Verses like I've done here, and then use the drag icon to drag it up to where it belongs. The best place for the Mark Verses tool is after the record and before the transcribe. So in this case, you can see that there already is audio for verses 1 to 4, and I would like to mark up where the verses belong. Now, normally, of course, you wouldn't know where they belong, so the process would be to listen to the audio. Okay, you can see I got most of the verses, but I think I missed a verse maybe right in here. And so this highlighting basically highlights whichever verse you're in. So if you're wondering if you got the verses right, you can click into one of the sections, notice where the highlighting is, that's the reference for it, and play it. You can also, if you choose to, you can combine two verses together. Like let's say you wanted 2 and 3 to be together. You might say, oh, well, I want 2 and 3 to be together. And in that case, I can copy this or copy a range of things and cut it and click here and paste it. And now I have verses 1 to 4. And at that point, I probably would want to click somewhere before here and remove that boundary so that I have, sorry, 2 to 3, cut it, paste it, and there we go. So then I save the first markup. And when I get to the transcribe step, you'll notice that because I have verse markup, all the verses that I marked up are already there. Now, as I listen to this, I probably want to turn on the auto repeat function. So now as I listen to this, and then I could finish typing it, and then when I'm done, I click on this next segment, and it would automatically insert for me the verse number for that segment. And when I get done typing the transcription for that step, I finish typing it. And then when I'm done, of course, I can pause it and submit it. And so now you'll notice that because the transcription has in it all the verse markup, whenever I go to sync it to Paratext, it will automatically put those verse markings also in Paratext. So the other place that the verse markup comes in really handy is on the phrase back translation. And we could perhaps add additional phrases in here, either by automatically inserting them or, see, that one looks a lot kind of close together, but maybe I want it more like here or something like that. And then uh, I missed. But anyway, the point is I'm putting the markers in some kind of spaces. And that allows me to then transcribe it, but as I go through it, all of my transcriptions will automatically line up with the verses. So that's why it's very nice to have the verse markup automatically inserted into the segments that I use for the back translations. And one of the features of this also is that if you, for example, like on the transcribe step, you won't see them unless you reopen the transcriber, and then it will insert them. But you could also add additional, anytime you click delete all of them, it resets it back to the verse markup. And so if you wanted to change the verse markup, you would go back to the verse markup step and change it here. And then you would probably have to come to this step and reset the verse them for here too. So that's basically how the verse markup works, and then it'll automatically insert the verse numbers, and then you can synchronize that into Paratext.